Let's fight. A very good evening to each and every one of you. Welcome in the ring. Share the live. Smash that emoji button, folks. We're delighted to have each and every one of you here with us. Here with us. Thank you for joining us this evening, folks. Smash, 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 smash. Dolly Anderson, we see you there. Share the live, and Delon and all the other folks. Share, 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 share. Share the live, folks. As we begin tonight, smash that emoji button. Partner with us if the Lord drop it in your spirit. Good evening, good folks. Happy to have each and every one of you here with us this evening. Share, 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 share. Smash that emoji button for us as well. Wendy Caesar, Debbie Apple, we see you there. Claire Capel, we see you, Claire. We see you, Claire, and all the other folks who are joining us tonight. We see you, beautiful folks. We see you. Whichever page you're picking us up from, follow that page. Share the live as well. Let us know how you guys are doing out there, how the evening is treating y'all. We want to see it reflected in the emojis. Shamela E. Grant, we want to see it reflected in the emojis. Good folks, we got a lot of things happening tonight. PNCR saying that the Commissioner of Police acting unfit. The Commissioner of Police acting unfit. Yep. Lots to get to.
The fundamental and comprehensive reforms needed to overhaul the police force, like so much else in Guyana, demand that all political forces that desire change must work assiduously to defeat the PPP at the 2025 general and regional elections. Since the crisis of governance in Guyana cannot be addressed by the present government, since it is one of the main sources of the extant crisis. As the next government, we are confident we will transform the Guyana Police Force into a professional, well-trained, highly motivated, and well-paid entity in service of the people.
Yep. That was Ganesh Mahi Paul from the People's National Congress Reform. Folks, and we are going to circle back to some of that later on. Government, we can do better. We can do better, folks, because we were going in a certain trajectory, and then them boys touched down. And you all know what it has been since then. You know what it has been since then, good folks. But that being said, we got a lot of things on the card tonight. Commissioner of Police, as you heard there, no confidence in him. We're going to circle back to that. Some more of Ganesh folks on the live tonight. And then, folks, what's happening at the Harbour Bridge? They're telling us you better get home early tonight. Tonight is not a sleeping out night at all. We're tomorrow Harbour Bridge. And head home early. 11 o'clock. Crossover. By 11 o'clock, crossover, folks. Welcome to our broadcast. The opener. Today, folks, the Lions for Change is celebrating 19 years. Coming down to the teens. Trying to catch up with the PNCR. 60 years old and counting. 60 plus. 19, we're coming down to the teens, folks. My beloved party, the Alliance for Change. The opener, party leader Nigel Hughes offered some remarks this morning as we were raising the flag at headquarters, Center for Change, Railway Embankment. Folks, the party leader Nigel Hughes offered some thought. But y'all wish me happy anniversary now. Happy 19th. Please and thank you. Wish me happy 19th now. Shucks. In his own words, folks, leader of the Alliance for Change, Nigel Hughes, Senior Counsel.
PNC was born in 2005, and it was in government in 10 years. 10 years. And we are coming up to our 20th anniversary when we will be in government again. It is important, and the ANC has done this from the time it started. When it started, it was the key to unlock the future for this country. And it has developed over the years to become the bridge, It connects all the peoples of this republic together as we go forward. God has blessed us, and we have had the good fortune to have revenues that can actually fund the development dreams of our foreparents, the development dreams of the founders of Guyana, and the development dreams of the founders of the Alliance for Change. But that good fortune has to be very carefully managed and appreciated. And at the present moment, all of us witness the mismanagement. The Alliance for Change has a pact with all of the people of Guyana about its future. It's going to be a pact for a new republic that will bring economic and social justice. It will bring hope. It will bring a very high degree of responsibility. And we in the Alliance for Change, both in Guyana and internationally, with members of the diaspora, we will provide leadership and government next year that will allow this country, perhaps for the first time in its history, to fulfill its full potential. I'm humbled to be here on its 19th anniversary in a position in which I could jointly lead the party that will lead this country to prosperity. We will shortly be releasing our pathway to the future. I know that leaders of other parties are beating us every Thursday. What is their vision? Where are they going? But it's interesting. That leader that does that every Thursday, in June was saying we were dead. In July was saying we were dead. And then all of a sudden, there was a resurrection. And now, he's not talking about death anymore. He's saying, oh, where are they? Where are they hiding? We can't see them. And we only have to be absent for 1 week, and he's missing us. I want him to know that we understand that you miss us. But next year when we take over, we will also include you in the development plan. Which is unlike that which we were doing. We will never pronounce you as dead, even though the facts may contradict us. So as we go forward, for the people of Guyana, this is going to be a partnership between you and us. It's going to be a pact between you and us in which every single citizen in this country, every group, every political group, every civil group will participate in the creation, development, and execution of a new republic and a new Guyana. I thank those members for coming here this morning, and to the citizens of Guyana, we wish you on our behalf happy AFC 19th birthday.
All right, folks, welcome back. That's how it went down this morning. That's how the day started at our end. Good to see all of you on the live tonight. Leslyn Hamilton, Michelle Wall, Mona, Moses, Debbie Hohenkirk, Beatrice Selby. Good to see you, Beatrice, Michelle Justice, Everett, Dolly, Dexter, Andrew. Good to have all of you on the live tonight. Good, folks. Great to see all of you on the live. And we can ring the bell one time for all you beautiful folks. Look, some of what we're seeing. Well, that was Nigel Hughes from the Alliance for Change, giving those remarks at the flag raising today. We have the newest as beyond people of the law, officers of the court. We have the newest Justice of the Caribbean Court of Justice, Chantel Ananawu, and she is Jamaican, bred and born, has had an illustrious career thus far. Yep, committed and is part of the flourishing jurisprudence of the region. Justice Chantel Ananawu, the newest of the Caribbean Court of Justices. Please and thank you. And we got an election coming up next year. So we'll see you real soon. Justice Ananawu, congratulations. We will see you real soon. Take a bow, Jamaica. Take a bow, Jamaica. Please and thank you. Quite a good-looking justice, if you ask me. Justice Ananawu, as I said, congratulations. Chevon McDonald, Leon Logan, y'all please say congrats. Not only to us in the Alliance for Change, 19 years out here fighting, but Justice Chantel Ananawu. Get a good look and get accustomed to that face. We're going to be hearing a lot from her And I was listening to part of her remarks as she was sworn in this morning in Jamaica, and she was saying she hopes to continue, third woman to be on the Caribbean Court of Justice bench. She's hoping to inspire others not only to get into the get to study law, but also to get into deep into the legal fraternity and to follow folks like her to the Caribbean Court of Justice. Chantel Anunau, congratulations again. Congratulations again. From Guyana, of course. From Guyana, folks. And look, before we come close to home, this is Martinique. Martinique got some riots and protests going on there, the French Caribbean island. Yep, they're telling us that demonstrations there have intensified as fire was set to numerous vehicles. Police attacked with stones and Molotov cocktail. This looks so familiar to me. So familiar. So the local government there in Martinique got to be on the bucket list. French Caribbean island, Martinique. Police there trying to get things under control. The unrest, they tell us, which has persisted since September, despite curfew measures, has saw several cars torched overnight and has led to the arrest of some young people. They're telling us, folks, in addition to that, Martinique, alongside other French overseas territories such as Guadeloupe and New Caledonia, has experienced ongoing demonstrations against the rising living costs and disparity in living standards. Now, them boys trying to stave off, with this cash transfer business. They sense things fermenting and coming. And based on what Sabaglu tells us every Monday in that cost of living article, things still going up. Things still going up. Whenever the money comes, you got to pay off so much of debt, the shop man, the shop lady, and all of that. You might even feel that 100,000. Might not even feel that. But our thoughts with our brothers and sisters in Martinique, Guadeloupe, New Caledonia, it's just we sit down here, quite quiet, some of them trade unions and stuff. Quite quiet. Boiling up, but quiet. People coming and digging you out. We'll tell you a little later on. Quite quiet. Thoughts and prayers to the folks there. Again, folks, this is the French territories, Martinique, Guadeloupe, New Caledonia. Rising costs of living. Rising costs of living. So you're watching that, folks. We are watching that, and you all know, once we come home, we can tell, we're Martinique because y'all remember when here from them they tried to turn over Dr. Cummins' vehicle outside there by the Pegasus? Y'all remember them? The Pegasus Hotel there in Kingston? Y'all remember that? Or it's just me? Oh, it's just me. Y'all better hustle home. No sleeping out tonight. Hustle. Hustle home. Look, the Demerara Harbour Bridge, the old one, the one in use right now, it's going to be closed at 12, they said, for much needed repairs. It's going to be open till around 4. See, if you don't get over, if you're not on that bridge on the other side by 12, sun catch you outside. Sun gonna catch you outside. You got to charge with some boat or something like that, swim a piece, and so on. You all be careful out there, right? All who heading home early, put up your hand. Deborah, Leslyn, is that your hand that's in there? Eva, Karen, Maybell, Anthony, Everett, is your hand that's in there? you all better go home early. Please and thank you. Head home early. Mobile says, congrats to Justice Chantel. Wishing her the best. Yep. Fantastic when you hear her credentials. Top schools. Really done well for herself. Our Caribbean people, once given the opportunity, that's what we're fighting for here, an opportunity for people to excel. We got the wind in we sails. This should be forward movements. Forward movement. But look, story we tell you all this morning. People digging the wrong hole, wrong diagnosis from the EPA. Right? And look how they're treating our sports people. We should be on a trajectory now. All we got is trajectory talk, nothing else. Big fancy talk. Y'all get home earlier. Harbour Bridge is going to be closed at 12, 11:49, the release, 11:59. Right? 12, going to be closed at 12. What story following here now? We're hearing that a civilian, a youngster, was slapped. A man from Port Drawing, Portraying different. You know, probably because he's young. And this 20-year-old man, he claims that he was assaulted by a police officer. Here why? He said, he alleges he was assaulted by a police officer. That's what he's telling us. Because he refused to pay a bribe when he was stopped for not wearing a helmet. This is on October 23rd. You ever get rough up from policemen for not paying a bribe? If it was so, please and thank you. Raise your hand. If you ever get rough up for not paying a bribe. You said this happened on the 23rd of October near Parfait Harmony on the west side. I thought to say west side is the best side. People getting slapped up and saying, the police officer like different. The man said he was a pillion rider at the time, and alleged that after declining to pay, the officer pushed him with a baton, dragged him into the station. An argument reportedly led to the officer further slapping him. You can take the slap and you can say, officer, look, just hold this towel. I ain't got Granger today. What would you have done? Right? He attempted to record the incident, and that's what the 20-year-old from Region 3 says, but he was allegedly forced to delete the video on the threat of consequences from the officer. And after filing a report at the Freedom Hook police station, he sought medical attention with a swollen, painful face. 20-year-old man from Port Royal. Different now. Jesus. Angela Jordan. Sobers. Judith. Yeah, that's what's happening, folks. And you can hear Ali got some comments just now. Ali got some comments. It can make you laugh. Slap. You know. That wouldn't have been, you know, as effective as it was there, but it's a patay. You know, us Guyanese, we don't talk without the sound effects. Patay. Please and thank you. So he sought medical attention. His face swollen and painful. Brian, Asbian Hospital business. I hope some of you all are well. You know, and if you're not feeling too good, pray that you get back to 100% real quick. Praying that you get back to 100%. Let me go. See you on the live there. That's somebody's name, folks. On the live, Pamela, Vesta Hardy. Good to have you, Enid, Linda, Eva, Patricia, Yvette, Deirdre, Leslyn. Good to have all of you beautiful folks on the live tonight, folks. On the live. Ring the bell one time for you. Also, we on hospital business. Look, story here now. Y'all think it easy? 101 new healthcare workers in the system. We love it. Congratulations. You know, got a cousin who was inducted into this fraternity about a year or two ago as a PCA, personal care attendant. You know, young people got to keep on keeping on. 101 of our citizens graduated from the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation's Patient Care Assistant and Cardiovascular Technician program. Yeah, they must be so proud. Right? They said they are now prepared to provide essential support and nursing care in cardiovascular health. For the first time, 2 simultaneous cohorts of patient care assistants have completed the program with 100% pass rate. I hope those folks, I hope our young people go in the system and don't become what you see around you. You know, people go in an organization, they see the culture, everybody just dragging around 8 o'clock, work supposed to start, and people now put down the makeup and having a little breakfast and so on. No. Conduct yourself different. I always say, once you set your sights locally, right, you're barred and low. And you could carry yourself at an international standard, even at this level in this country that we have, that got so much going wrong. Right? So we say congratulations to these young people. Go out there and do well. Go out there and do well. This is the GPHC's Patient Care Assistance and Cardiovascular Technician Program. Go out there and do well. And we ring the bell one time for all of them. Go out there and do well, folks. Please, and don't stop here. Don't stop here. Continue pushing forward. Work and continue pushing forward with your education. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. So congrats again to all the young people. And as we in GPHC, when I saw this bit here that comes next, folks, when I saw this bit, I thought, Lord, Father of mercy, let it not be me. This was somebody's child, This was I remember, what is the movie? Message in a Bottle. He held me as a lover and rocked me as a child. This was somebody's child. I often wonder, how did life lead you here? Look what I'm talking about. The Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation is asking members of the public who have dead relatives at the hospital, pleading yet again for members of the public to come and uplift your dead. So this is the second, third, fourth notice. It says it's wish to inform the public that there are 25 unclaimed bodies at the mortuary at the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation. 25 bodies. Unclaimed. What? You got a relative that you forget? And they send a list too. This is not leaked information. They send this out to the press. Right? Next of kin who brought the patient to the hospital. You forget you had a patient? You understand the times we live in? And this is not because people might have some hatred. You don't carry a man that doesn't hate you left you there. People haven't got it. That's what we're talking about here. People haven't got it like that. You know how much you bury dead now? It's cheaper to stay alive. You can't afford to die. 25. They said these bodies, this is the hospital, I'm quoting them now. These bodies have remained unclaimed despite our best efforts to locate the next of kin. And doesn't say they ain't locate them, Touch base with some of them people and turning up. Hospital can't pick up the dead and carry by the house. They ain't got a system. You can't bury the dead and then credit their account. You all think you understand where we are as a country? This is where we are. When people not going to pick up the dead. That is part of how you look at a country, you know how far they progress. How they treat the dead. Tomorrow morning, I promise you all, I'll show you all what the seawall is looking like now. So the seawalls this afternoon. People used to go on the seawalls to improve the quality of your life, your longevity. I stood up. I'm 6'2", 6'3". People are always amazed. I know you're so tall. On the program, you look so short and thin. You're a tall, fat man. Hey, just around the Russian embassy. Took a long walk. From where they created that little boardwalk area there, Vicinjan and the highway, by the pump station. Took a walk right up to what street is that? Sheriff Street. You can't see water. It's so much a bush. I'm trying to figure out if that is what do you call it? The tree they plant to help prevent soil erosion. I am 6-something and I can't see over the bush. Bush and garbage. I was so embarrassed. Now, you had some Caucasian folks holding hands. You could tell they're foreigners. We don't hold hands on the seawall at 2 o'clock in the day in the hot sun. You tell a woman in this country, let me go and take a walk in the seawall now. 2 o'clock in the day. She said, you see she back, you know. Those folks in that sun, they said, we see with your camera, you're making them know what's happening here. They said, they could have a policy here where if you carry so much pounds of this refuse at wherever it's going, you could get a little small change, man. I was so embarrassed. If you see garbage, I'm 6 something and I can't look over that. It's like the sea disappear. It's a high bush. High bush watching you. You tell me nobody in company. People could pick up garbage and carry it someplace. And you get a little $1,000 for every 25 pounds or something like that. Fastest growing economy in the world. Fastest bush seawall too. Tomorrow morning, we can talk about that. Pick up your dead. 25 unclaimed. You know? I was asking the folks, do you think it's ethical I go through some of these names now? They say, well, let them send it to you. You know, if they send it, Alfred, 40 years old. No address given in this case, no next of kin. Joseph De Silva. Right? A relative took him because the relative name is there. I ain't gonna call it. The relative name is there. He didn't realize Joseph died yet. Right? A Miriam Fredericks. Right? Somebody listed as a sister took her. Miriam gone. Still at Georgetown Hospital mortuary. Errol Higgins, Marvin Thompson, Sean Light, Ovid, Podero, Tomago, Lyndon, Alan Charles, Sundar Garaway, Troy these are deceased. The GPHC says, come and collect your dead. Come and collect your dead. And JJ Junior says, people haven't got the money. That, I think you're right. I can't fathom people got money and say, let's you right there. Don't care how bad your family might have been to you. You mightn't give them the best casket and send off and so on. Right? But you want to left people. Jesus have mercy. You don't want to live in a country like this here. System gotta beg you. Come for me, auntie. Come. My God. Moving on, folks. You press you all for them. Moving on. Lord Jesus. Look, sorry now. You think you're done yet? Guyana has the most dangerous roadways in the world. A couple of days ago, Amila Mangar is functioning perfectly well. Single mother of 3. A security guard at Princess Ramada Hotel, or Ramada Princess Hotel. Her only fault in life, Amila was trying to cross the road on the East Bank Thursday last. Your life could change like instant like that, you know. Our lives, all of you think we're big and we can live forever. Be kind to people. Big head bastard. Better be kind to people. You think you're going to live forever? Huh? Next thing you know, huh? Yeah, GPHC lie down. And even Milo coming for see you. Milo swinging on a tree, swinging past you. Only fault. Trying to cross the East Bank Road. Folks, Guyana has the most dangerous roadways in the world. Amila was hit by a truck. Amila Mangar hit by a truck attempting to cross the road. Right? Hit by a truck. She says she recalls stepping into the road at the red light when a truck unexpectedly accelerated and hit her. The collision led to the amputation of her right leg. You know, I was going to pick up my son from school today. The traffic light telling us green. And cars still going from the opposite direction. I said, told my wife, I said, look madness in this country. Look, high income, fastest growing economy. Look, transformation. We got it green. Other drivers, blowing on you. We got the green and cars still going by. And I watch the green. Only fault trying to cross the road. And that's our Miller whole life. Now it's going to transform. The most dangerous roadways in the world. And you see, since them boys now put it on this slapdash layer, what is it called? Resurfacing a couple of these roads. Jesus have mercy. It's like only potholes holding some of y'all back. Only potholes. Lady going good. You ever wake up good? Yeah. Next thing you know is the Ministry of Agriculture digging some big hole in your backyard, digging it out. Man gone your foot. You're a sportsman, they want to pay on time. You got substance oozing through your floors of your house, burning your skin. Nobody says, sorry, we give you all the wrong diagnosis here. It's not sulfur dioxide. It's bitumen. It's not sulfur dioxide. This is an upside down country. Nobody can stop and pay no attention. No? Life goes on. -1 foot. Our thoughts and prayers with a Miller. Since the year start, airplanes are taking this road, things serious. No seriousness. I mean, I see the red light, the same way I see the green light today. I attempted to cross, truck man accelerate. Coming off the seawall today, again, share my wife. A bus and an 18-wheeler jostling each other. I said, look, madness. Soon as you come round the turn by the Russian embassy, where you going with all this speed? You coming around a turn, you doing 160, 180. What madness is this? Where you going with this need for speed? Our thoughts and our prayers, folks, with Amelia Mangar, who had her whole life turned upside down last Thursday, lost a leg, single mother of 3, security guard at the Mother Princess Hotel. Thoughts and prayers. Thoughts and prayers. Remember them boys and feeling this pain this lady gonna feel? They're zooming by in the sirens. They see a car's got to pass. You wait half hour and then you can drive again. And then you got the mad people on the road to deal with. Thoughts and prayers with her. Good Zulfi, we told you all this morning. It's only in this country. Contractors is going to dig the wrong place. Yeah, say I make a mistake. Dig the wrong place. Them boys dig up an area to put on a canal. They say like the Hope Canal. The farmers in the place say, we there. We want this. You can't turn it back in this place. The farmers of Lancaster and Liverpool. This is true. The government come and throw we off we land. If you see how they dig up these people's place. Dig them out. When you do hear the shout, this is the wrong place to contract with. Folks, we spoke about this morning. You hear more of this? Refer to the morning program. This is the country we live in. This is the country we live in. Them boys gonna dig Could you imagine? Could you imagine? This is equivalent, like, you see them boys building that new Harbour Bridge there? You do all the work. And then a man come on and say, I think you got the bridge in the wrong place. this is the kind of country we live in. People come here, they said, we make a lot of jokes on this program. We light-hearted, they like the fun and so on. We don't make no jokes here. We just look and see what happens in this country. And we come and say, this is the day we had. This is the day we've had. People can dig up a whole area. You can put down a new Harbour Bridge. You're going to dig in to do there. You can run a new Demerara River. The kind of digging. Then the minister come down and say, oh, sorry, we're digging the wrong place. It's really next. Is it really in the next region? Lancaster, Liverpool. They say the holes. We thought the biggest hole you had in this country is Dulari Hole. We thought so. Dulari, folks, is a place in the interior. Big craters. Don't ask me how anybody named Dulari. Big hole, Dulari. People commonly call it. Big hole. Dulari got the biggest hole. Until they see what happened in Lancaster, Liverpool. So this hole is so big, you could see it from space. True story. This hole is so big, you could mistake it for a crater on the moon if you hold a telescope upside down. That's how the hole big. Right? The minister come and say, we can compensate y'all. You know, we got to wondering if this was deliberate to now get some monies out to people. Right? We wondered this was deliberate, Marlin and Waveney and Yvette, because one man could get a 30 million. You know, how big you hold big? There's a big hole contest now. How you have a 30 million hole? 20 million? 10? How big is you hole? Minister said we can compensate you. Right? Big hole. Believe this is thing for the Guinness. This thing for the Guinness book. Them boys dig in the wrong place. Don't put the part in the comments and say, oh, sorry, we're supposed to put the bridge more up the Demerara. That's what happening here. Right? So this is now the 9th one of the world. 2 big hole in Lancaster, big hole, and you got now Liverpool, big hole. And then, of course, Dulari, big hole. It's a big hole country. Over to you, Bishop. Dulari, Lancaster, Liverpool. That's a big hole area in this country. Folks, that being said, congrats to you, big hole minister. Big hole Sulfi. Lancaster, Liverpool. We're going to show you. Don't worry. We're going to bring to you live and direct. Reporting live from Big Hole, Liverpool. If we're not swallowed up and consumed, of course. If we're not swallowed up and consumed. You know, I thought about that for a long time today. Talking about big hole. Talking about big holes. You know, we got an industry in this country called GUYSUCO. It's like a big hole. It's like a big hole. Sucking in a set of money. Billions of dollars poured into GUYSUCO for 2024 alone. I only met 39% of its target for the year. And we're 2 days off from November. Yeah, big whole industry. And them boys dancing up and so on. Oh, GUYSUCO, look at you, 39. 39 in this country is a pass. Big score. Big whole score. 39 in this country is a pass. You go to the next class, 39. Doing well, man. Congrats. Keep it up. Yep. Keep it up. You know, something the president said, raising some eyebrows. At least his comments attributed to him. Let's put it in that way. Some comments attributed to him. All right. El Presidente says, listen to this. Tell you, girls not a real place. Government policies, you all know Thursday's holiday will be off, mind you. Thursday's holiday, Diwali, Pagwali, something. Government policies, investments reflect the triumph of good over evil. Government policies and investments reflect triumph of good over evil. And these are comments attributed to Arfan Ali. This is a fellow who taught me Africans came here for betterment. African slaves came here for betterment. Government policies and investments, plural, says, reflect the triumph of good over evil. This big whole story here, that triumph of good over evil, the one with the athletes, our national athletes who were paid late, that's the same one. The latest EPA stuff, we're gonna need the Ghana police force. You know, triumph of good over evil look different. Look different. You know, on Thursday,
Retired Assistant Police Commissioner Paul Slew is of the view that Assistant Commissioner Calvin Brutus filed his constitutional motion to forestall the criminal charges. He traced the events leading up to the motion. The first was the denial of permission to leave the country through the Chedi Jagan International Airport. Brutus also moved to the High Court, but this too was futile.
And in the document opposing him from opposing his application, it was then revealed for the first time that he has 240 criminal cases pending.
So it was that Brutus filed the constitutional motion.
He mentioned cabinet. He mentioned home affairs. He mentioned the acting commissioner. He mentioned public police service commission. He mentioned SOCU, political interference in this thing. And he asked them to rule. He wanted the court to say that his removal from the admin position was unlawful, ultra virus. That's the removal done by Hicken, because he said Hicken was instructed by cabinet.
But one day after he appeared in court, Brutus decided to withdraw his constitutional motion.
His lawyers wrote to the Attorney General to say that we are discontinuing the constitutional motion against the Attorney General, the Minister of Home Affairs, the Police Service Commission, SOCU, the acting commissioner. He withdrew. And the question is why?
Slew said that he analyzed the timeline and the circumstances.
I believe that the only reason that was filed, that is the conclusion I have come to, was to try to forestall the criminal charges. I remember one of the things he said, that this whole investigation was tainted by SOCU. His lawyers even wrote in the DPP making a complaint. So I suspect that filing was intended to forestall the criminal charges being filed.
With the withdrawal of the motion, some believe the deals are being cut.
Yep. Welcome back, folks. Our apologies for the audio there. It's big whole story this end to. big whole story this end to. We got some holes to fill too. Our apologies there. Big whole story. You know, we were telling you before we left, this characterization, nothing is sacred anymore. You know, like folks would say, the policies and programs of this government is reflective of the triumph of good over evil. You know, let us render unto Caesar what is his. Right? Please and thank you. And left the rest. Left the rest unfit and improper. And there you have former, retired rather, Assistant Commissioner of Police Paul Slow, saying that this motion by Brutus, it had an intent. The motion had an intent. Before we get to what the PNCR said about unfit and improper, here Elson Low, also from the PNCR, making the point, this is the other side of this whole issue here. Money laundering, door in this country. You got folks with close to $1 billion claimed to be allegedly ill-gotten gains. And they didn't send out no red flags, you know. It took internal squabbling in the police force, envy and backbiting and malice, everything that Pastor Patrick Dulichan was praying against to bring this thing to light here. Was no diligence on the part of the banking system. Was no diligence on the part of the Guyana police force. Corruption, money laundering, Dora.
There are people who get money from ill-gotten gains. Some of the money would come through bribes, some from illegal drug dealings, and some from other questionable sources. Economist Elson Lowe said that those with the ill-gotten gains tried to get the illegal money into the system through a variety of means. The question arises when the amount of money doesn't match wages, salaries, or other legitimate earnings.
It can mean that there's evasion of taxes. But second of all, it means that various crimes which we might be trying to remove from society, bribery being one, of course, that we have a problem with in Guyana, you're not able to stop those because the money continues to flow. If you can clamp down on people's ability to hide those gains, they have an incentive not to be involved in that kind of activity because they'll likely get caught.
In Guyana, crimes like insider trading are almost unheard of.
On the one hand, bribery, of course, means that you're getting poor quality works or services, or people are escaping, are using bribes to escape culpability in the law. And on the other end, having a significant, the presence of a significant drug smuggling network in your country can lead to random murders, or at least seemingly to us random murders, which we've started to see again on the PUP, where people are just killed in roadside murders, which is, of course, a troubling thing that we didn't see really under the APNU for many years.
Recently, there was disclosure about an individual who didn't have to touch his salary. This is a claim made by Assistant Police Commissioner Calvin Brutus.
Public officials, especially senior public officials, what we call politically exposed persons, PEPs.
This is under the money laundering legislation.
And this is the designation internationally. And what that means is there should be additional scrutiny of those individuals as they have power or leverage within the institution, government institutions, to provide favors, to change things in favor of certain people, and therefore they could be provided with bribes and so on. So that is one of the reasons that there's additional scrutiny on them.
The flag went up in the Brutus case after large sums were discovered in his bank account. Lowe said that this shouldn't have happened when it did. Further, Brutus was allowed to establish a business while operating as a full-time public servant.
under the public service rules, you'd have to look at whether or not this person is even allowed to be the principal of a business while also being a full-time public servant. Now, of course, you can own a business if you're not involved in the day-to-day, and just maybe have shares in something, just as you can have shares in a bank or any other stock. But the question of being involved in the day-to-day, I think, is one that raises to me some questions, some red flags that I think needs to be looked at.
Yep. There you have it, folks. Red flags. Money laundering. How come all of this thing the AG always out there talking about the anti-money laundering legislation and the AMFTL and this and that, and counter the financing of terrorism act and so forth. One man, deputy there, the GPF, Ghana Police Force, close $1 billion. Beat all them money laundering things. Beat all of them. Really telling us now. They can do everything else in the police force. Save and accept its development. Save and accept its development. Everything else you're doing.
The political opposition is firmly opposed to the confirmation of Clifton Hicken as police commissioner. Member of Parliament Ganesh Mahipal at the press conference on Tuesday said that from a personal standpoint, he has no problem with Hicken, the person.
It is just sad that he happens to be in that position, acting as the top cop, sitting in the chair with all the authority that comes with it. And the Guyana police force really went down.
Mahipal said that at present there is the Brutus scandal.
There are so many other allegations that within the Guyana police force, the deployment of the SWAT team, the killing of the gentleman in Essequibo, of which we still don't know who deployed the police team that went there, or in Boston, I think is the name. I remember the case at Golden Grove, another incident that occurred there, nothing clear cut coming out of it. And there's so many other issues that one can point to that has happened under Clifton Hicken's watch.
He said that these things hinder any thought of confirming Hicken. He described the abuse of police lights as a simple matter.
Any and everybody, once they can afford to buy a luxury vehicle, an SUV, they slap on a red and blue light, purchase it from the Chinese store, and they just come through with sirens, disrupting the entire flow of traffic, abusing that. That's against the law. And the Guyana police force is doing absolutely nothing about it. But outside of all of these infractions, Hicken's silence in the force as the head. That is what bothers me and bothers the opposition.
Mahipal said that Hicken has other duties non-directly related to the Guyana police force.
Instead, what you're seeing is that he's going around to several political activities with the president and ministers of government. Instead, what you're seeing is a smokescreen of holding a set of activities in areas, Christmas gift handout, toy drive, and those kind of things. And you're seeing public engagement, which is good, no complaints about that. But that for me is a distraction.
Yep. Toy drive and giving, that's incidental to the task at hand. Incidental. And as we conclude, folks, here Ganesh now laying out in a very coherent way why the opposition believes Clifton is unfit and improper. As he laid out there, too much happening. Look at the headlines every day. It's a scandal in the Guyana police force, almost. Every day. Unfit and improper.
The Marar wave of the 18th of October, Assistant Police Commissioner Brutus faces hundreds of charges involving almost Guyana $1 billion. The latest news is that he has been slapped with 30 charges. And as is known, we continue to maintain on good legal grounds that the appointment of Clifton Hicken as police commissioner would be unconstitutional and yet another display of disrespect by the PPP for the rule of law. Hicken is unfit to be Commissioner of Police. These developments at the top of the police force no longer surprise the Guyanese public, nor does the PPP's comfort with the situation. The PPP government continues to pretend as much as it could that the Guyana Police Force is a well-functioning institution. But the Guyanese people, as with so many other matters, are not fooled by PPP political spin and self-delusions. The PPP knows that the Guyana Police Force is failing the people of Guyana, but the PPP's own involvement in crime has made it impossible for it to implement needed reforms. On the specific issue of Assistant Police Commissioner Brutus, many Guyanese are rightfully questioning how is it possible for any citizen, much less a politically exposed person like the Assistant Commissioner of Police, to amass almost $1 billion of questionable resources without setting off money laundering or proceeds of crime red flags. Were the required suspicious activities reports compiled and presented to those in authority? If so, were they deliberately buried to conceal these potential proceeds of crime? At best, this means that the integrity and effectiveness of Guyana's anti-money laundering and proceeds of crime infrastructure is in serious doubt. And at worst, this could mean the entire system has been compromised by the PPP. Such a widespread failure raises the prospect of Guyana once again becoming blacklisted, which would cripple our financial system and economy. An investigation of this vulnerability needs to be conducted, and the system revamped to prevent such lapses.
Yeah. Triumph of good over evil. Policies, plans of the government. That's what the president says. That's what he says, folks. Government policies and investments reflect the triumph of good over evil. We got a long way to go. Long way to go. Long way to go. We're going to leave it there tonight, folks. That's our time. That's our program. Thank you so much for being here. Good, folks. Thank you so much. That's it. Have a great rest of the evening. Know some of you are off to other shows, off to work, off to home, off to play. Perhaps. Look out for the big holes, eh? Please and thank you. Deborah Pearson, Frank, Andrew, Sandra Hanover, Auntie Sandra, Leon Logan. You want to be careful out there. You know, be careful out there. Patterson William, good to see you there. Mark and June Cameron, Mark and Yvette, Carl Wong, Dolly Anderson, Marlon Thomas. Have a fantastic rest of the evening, folks. That's our time. Stay safe.